Have you ever walked into a room and felt the temperature drop? Not because of the air conditioning, but because of a specific person's presence? Have you ever finished a conversation feeling emotionally hollow, doubting your own memory, or feeling an inexplicable sense of dread? We are often taught that evil is a grand, cinematic concept, villains in capes or monsters in the shadows, but the reality is far more chilling. Evil often wears a tailored suit, a friendly smile, or the mask of a concerned family member. It doesn't want your money. It wants your soul. It wants your peace, your autonomy, and your light. Ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca didn't view evil as a supernatural force, but as a profound sickness of the character, a decay of the soul. They understood that some individuals have abandoned the path of virtue so completely that they become predators of the spirit. Today we are going to dismantle the mask. We are going to explore the 10 evident signs that you are standing next to an evil person. This isn't just a list, it is a survival manual. By the end of this video, you will have the Stoic Inner Citadel necessary to protect your energy and reclaim your life. Sign 1. The architecture of constant manipulation. Seneca once warned, "He who has many fears also has many things to manipulate." Evil individuals do not see people, they see tools. To them, a relationship is not a connection, it is a structural play for power. They thrive on distorting your reality until you no longer trust your own eyes. The mechanics of the deceit. Imagine a colleague who constantly praises your work in public, but in private, they confide in you that the boss is actually disappointed. They aren't sharing a secret. They are planting a seed of insecurity. They want you to feel dependent on them for the truth. This is psychological warfare. The Stoic battle plan. Stoicism teaches us the concept of phronesis, practical wisdom. To counter manipulation, you must become an objective observer. Stop listening to their words and start charting their results. Does their help always result in you feeling smaller? If so, the intent is malicious. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Reclaim your mastery by refusing to react to their bait. Sign 2. The glossy mask of perfect charm. Epictetus reminded us that appearances are the greatest deceivers. Evil often presents itself as the most perfect person you've ever met. They are the most helpful neighbor, the most charming suitor, or the most godly mentor. The red flag. This charm is transactional. It feels scripted. True kindness is messy and human. Manipulative charm is polished and relentless. They use this radiant smile to disarm your defenses. They want you to feel lucky to be in their presence so that when they eventually start to drain you, you feel too guilty to leave. The parable of the dyed soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Look past the glittering surface. How do they treat the waiter? How do they speak of people who can no longer help them? If their kindness has a price tag or disappears when the audience leaves, you are dealing with a predator in a silk mask. Sign 3. Lies without a conscience. The pathological deceiver. For the virtuous, a lie is a heavy burden. For the evil person, a lie is simply a tactical adjustment. They don't lie because they have to. They lie because they can. The gaslighting trap. Evil people use lies to rewrite your history. If you confront them with a fact, they will look you in the eye and deny it happened. They will call you crazy or sensitive. This is designed to break your grip on reality. The Stoic defense. The Stoics valued truth, aletheia, above all. To protect yourself, maintain a paper trail of reality. Keep journals. Save emails. When they try to gaslight you, don't argue with them. You cannot win an argument with someone who doesn't value the truth. Simply acknowledge the truth internally and distance yourself. Truth is a monolith. It requires no maintenance. Sign 4. The void of empathy, the hollow soul. Seneca, one of the most profound observers of human nature, famously argued that humans are social creatures designed for mutual aid. He believed that we are Like a stone arch, the whole structure would collapse. If the individual stones did not support each other, empathy is the mortar between those stones. It is the glue of the human race. It is the biological and spiritual frequency that allows us to look at another person's tears and feel a pang in our own chest. However, evil individuals possess what psychologists and Stoics describe as a chilling indifference. They aren't just unaware of your feelings, they are fundamentally uncoupled from the human experience of compassion. The symptom, the emotional predator. When you are at your lowest point, perhaps you've lost a job, ended a relationship, or are battling a health crisis, most people offer a shoulder. The evil person, however, does not feel sadness for you. They feel opportunity. While you are weakened by grief or stress, your psychological defenses are down. They see your vulnerability as an open port in your firewall, a way to finally gain the leverage they've been seeking. Have you ever noticed them faking empathy? It is an uncanny, unsettling experience, often called the uncanny valley of emotion. It feels like an actor reading lines from a script they don't understand. Their eyes remain cold and calculating while their mouth says, "I'm so sorry." This is known as cognitive empathy without affective empathy. They understand how you feel intellectually, but they do not feel it with you. They use this data to map out your weaknesses. If you tell them you're hurting, watch for the pivot and punish maneuver. They will almost instantly pivot the conversation back to themselves. You think your day was hard? Listen to what I had to deal with, effectively erasing your experience. Or even more maliciously, they will use your pain to make you feel incompetent. They will imply that your suffering is a result of your weak character, kicking you while you're down just to see if you'll stay there. The Stoic Inner Citadel, guarding the gate. The hard truth that many empathetic people struggle to accept is this: you cannot teach empathy to a hollow soul. You cannot love someone into having a conscience. If you try to fill their void with your own kindness, you are essentially pouring your life force into a vessel that has no bottom. You will end up spiritually dehydrated, and they will still be empty. Stoicism teaches us to build an inner citadel. This is a private, sacred space within your mind, where you decide who is worthy of your deepest vulnerabilities. You must learn to practice selective disclosure. Do not give the pearls of your private struggles to someone who has shown a pattern of indifference. Useful tip: if you are unsure if someone is empathetic, try the small vulnerability test. Share a minor, non-critical frustration. If they dismiss it, mock it, or immediately make it about themselves, they have failed the test. Close the gate of your citadel. Maintain a polite, grey rock exterior. Your peace is too expensive to be spent on someone who finds joy in your emotional bankruptcy. Sign 5. The insatiable hunger for control, the imperial ego. For a malicious person, your autonomy is not a sign of health. It is a threat to their empire. They do not want to be your friend, your partner, or your colleague in a balanced way. They want to be your programmer. They want to write the code for your life and watch you execute their commands. This need for control usually stems from a deep-seated pathological insecurity. Because they cannot control their own internal chaos, they seek to dominate every external variable, starting with you. The domination tactic, the invasion of territory. They rarely start with a total takeover. They are too smart for that. Instead, they begin with micro-invasions. They start small, testing your boundaries like a scout exploring enemy territory. They might begin by criticizing minor things, the way you dress, your choice of hobbies, the way you laugh, or even your diet. They are looking for compliance signals. If you allow them to dictate what you wear today, they will dictate who you are allowed to be friends with tomorrow. If you let them dictate your social circle, they will eventually move to dictate your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius famously said that your mind is the only thing truly under your ultimate control. The evil person knows this, which is why they try to occupy your mental space with their voices, their judgments, and their projected fears. They want your internal monologue to be replaced by their criticisms. They want you to ask, what would they think? Before you even ask, what do I want? This leads to learned helplessness, a state where you feel paralyzed and unable to make even simple decisions without their validation. The autonomy ritual, reclaiming the crown. To break the spell of a controller, you must engage in a daily autonomy ritual. This is more than just a habit. It is a declaration of independence. Every single day, you must intentionally do one thing that is purely for you, something that the toxic person would disagree with, criticize, or find annoying. It doesn't have to be a grand rebellion. It could be wearing a color they've told you doesn't look good on you, listening to a podcast or music they disparage, taking a different route home just because you want to, spending 30 minutes on a hobby they think is a waste of time. This is an exercise in resensitizing yourself to your own will. It is a signal to your subconscious that you are still the sovereign of your soul. The litmus test. Pay very close attention to their reaction when you assert this small bit of independence. A healthy person might not care, or might even be happy for you. An evil person, however, will react with narcissistic injury. They will respond with white-hot rage, mocking sarcasm, or the most dangerous weapon in their arsenal, the silent treatment. This is a form of emotional torture designed to make you crawl back and beg for their attention, effectively training you to never go against them again. When you see that reaction, the mask is off. They do not love you. They love the version of you that they can command. Control is the opposite of love. By standing firm in your autonomy, you are practicing the highest form of Stoic virtue. You are realizing that while you cannot control their anger, you can absolutely control your own submission. Reclaim your mind. It is the only ground upon which true freedom is built. Sign 6. Master of the blame game, the professional victim. Seneca once noted that while the truth stands firm on its own, lies require an ever-expanding web of elaborate stories to sustain them. This is the daily reality of the evil person. They are never the villain in their own narrative. In their mind, every act of cruelty, every lie, and every betrayal is actually a justified response to a world that has wronged them. They are professional victims. The deflection, the weaponization of guilt. Have you ever tried to confront someone about a clear mistake they made, only to end up being the one apologizing 5 minutes later? This is the blame shift in action. If they cheat, they will claim it's because you didn't pay them enough attention. If they steal or lie at work, they will claim the environment was too competitive or unfair. They use your empathy as a weapon against you. They know that as a good person, you are prone to self-reflection. When they say, I only did this because you made me feel unloved, they are betting that you will stop looking at their betrayal and start looking at your own perceived flaws. This is a tactical diversion designed to dodge accountability. They don't just want to escape the consequences, they want to outsource the guilt to you. By making you the offender, they remain the innocent victim, allowing them to continue their destructive behavior without ever having to face the mirror. The Stoic mirror, the wall of fact. To handle a professional victim, you must use what Stoics call the wall of fact. In your mind, you must separate their emotions from the objective reality of their actions. When they attempt to shift the blame, do not engage in the why. Do not argue about whether or not you were attentive enough. The tactical script. Use the phrase, I am responsible for my actions, and you are responsible for yours. When they try to hand you a gift of guilt, simply refuse to pick it up. If you don't accept it, the guilt still belongs to them, no matter how much they shout that it's yours. A Stoic understands that accountability is the foundation of a human soul. By refusing to let them deflect, you are not being mean. You are being just. You are holding up a mirror that they are desperate to avoid. If they cannot look into it, they will eventually flee to find someone else who will carry their burdens for them. Sein 7. Schadenfreude, the secret glow of cruelty. This is perhaps the most chilling and evident sign of a truly dark nature. While a virtuous person feels a pang of sympathy when they see others suffer, the evil person feels a secret glow. This is known as Schadenfreude, taking pleasure in the misfortune of others. The smirk, the micro-expression of evil. The most dangerous predators don't always roar. Sometimes they just smirk. Psychologists have identified a phenomenon called the dupers. Delight, it is a split-second, micro-expression, a tiny lift of the corner of the mouth or a subtle sparkle in the eyes that appears when a malicious person sees someone else fail, cry, or get embarrassed. They might pretend to be concerned. They might say, "Oh, that's so terrible for you." But if you look closely, their body language is up. They are energized by the chaos. They view life as a zero-sum game. In their twisted logic, the world only has a fixed amount of winning for them to feel like they are moving up. Someone else must be pushed down. They don't want to build a taller building. They want to tear everyone else's down, so theirs looks the tallest by default. The Stoic insight, working against nature. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that humans were made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like the two rows of upper and lower teeth. To find joy in the broken tooth of another person is to work against the very laws of nature. The survival strategy. If you spot this secret glow in someone, distance yourself immediately. This energy is psychologically contagious. If you stay close to someone who thrives on misery, you will eventually find your own perspective beginning to rot. You will start to become cynical, suspicious, and cold. Do not try to fix their lack of joy. A person who finds pleasure in pain is fundamentally broken at the level of the soul. Your only task is to ensure they don't take your humanity down with them. Sign 8. Isolation, the quarantine of the soul. An evil person is a strategist. They know that as long as you have a strong support system, friends who love you, family who protects you, and mentors who guide you, their magic spells of gaslighting and control will not work. You have too many people who can provide a reality check. Therefore, they must quarantine you. The tactic, poisoning the well. Isolation rarely looks like someone locking you in a room. It looks like a slow, subtle poisoning of your mind against everyone else. They will use confidential concern to drive wedges between you and your loved ones. Your mother is so controlling. I'm the only one who really stands up for you. Your best friend is actually jealous of your success. I saw the way she looked at you. Your co-workers are all talking behind your back. You can only trust me. The goal is to make you believe that the world is a hostile place and that they are your only safe harbor. Once they have successfully cut your lines of communication, you are trapped. Without outside perspectives, they can gaslight you into believing anything. They become your only source of truth, which gives them absolute power over your reality. The community defense, the cosmopolis. Stoicism teaches the concept of the cosmopolis, the idea that we are all part of an interconnected, universal community. A Stoic never lets one single person become their entire world. The safety anchor. To protect yourself, you must maintain anchors of reality outside of the relationship. Regularly talk to people who knew you before you met this person. If the person in your life gets angry, sulky, or injured every time you spend time with others, understand that this is not love, it is an ambush. The tactical rule: the moment someone tries to make you choose between them and your support system, always choose the support system. True love expands your world. Evil seeks to shrink it until it's only the size of their shadow. Keep your anchors deep, and you will never be swept away by their manipulation. Sign 9. Envy, disguised as helpful advice. Seneca called envy the ulcer of the soul. Evil people are tormented by your light, the backhanded support. When you succeed, they don't cheer. They offer a warning. That's a great promotion, but are you sure you can handle the stress? I'd hate to see you fail. They wrap their jealousy in the cloak of concern. Their goal is to make your success feel like a burden. The light bearer's rule: do not dim your light to make them comfortable in their shadow. A true friend makes you feel capable. An evil person makes you feel fragile. Trust your intuition. If their advice leaves you feeling drained and doubtful, it wasn't advice, it was a curse. Sign 10, the unrepentant heart, the refusal to grow. The final and most defining trait is the absolute refusal to change. The stagnation of evil. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we should focus on improving ourselves every day. But the evil person believes they are already perfect, or that their flaws are justified. They never offer a sincere apology. If they say, "I'm sorry," it's usually followed by "but." The door of closure. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot change others. We can only change our proximity to them. An unrepentant heart is a closed loop. Do not waste your life trying to save someone who doesn't believe they are drowning. Your highest duty is to protect the virtue of your own soul. The conclusion, the 6-month transformation. What happens to you when you finally identify these signs and act? The first 14 days, the extinction burst. When you start setting boundaries, the evil person will escalate. They will try every trick in the book to get a reaction. Be the mountain. Let their waves crash against you and recede. 2 months in, the great filtering. They will begin to seek a new host. They will call you cold or arrogant. Accept these labels with a smile. They are simply proof that you are no longer a victim. 6 months in, the birth of the philosopher king. You will move with a calm strength that is palpable. You have reclaimed your energy. You have built your inner citadel. You are no longer a background character in their tragedy. You are the hero of your own life. The silent 1% understand that true power isn't loud. It is the power of self-mastery. While the toxic person is exhausting themselves through lies and manipulation, you are building, growing, and breathing. I want to see who is committed to this path. If you are ready to stop being the pawn and start being the mountain, comment, "I see the signs" below. It tells me that you've watched until the end and that you are ready to safeguard your peace. If this manual helped you see the truth today, hit the like button and subscribe. We are building a community of people who refuse to be moved by the chaos of the world. Pick one of these signs today. Look at your life with the eyes of a Stoic. If you see it, don't ignore it. Your future self is counting on you to be brave.